The Pathanamthitta Lok Sabha constituency in South Kerala first gained political attention in 2019 against the backdrop of Sabarimala agitations in which the BJP played a central role. The agitations was against a move of the then left government in Kerala to alter certain traditions in the temple. Political parties and observers wanted to know whether the key role of the BJP in Sabarimala agitations would translate into votes in the Lok Sabha polls. The experiment was not bad for BJP. The BJP candidate that time, Mr. K. Surendran, got around 2.97 lakh votes. The winner was Anto Antony of the Congress, who got around 3.80 lakh votes, and CPM candidate Veena George, who is currently the Health Minister of Kerala, got 3.36 lakh vote. This time also, Pathanamthitta is in the spotlight because of another experiment of the BJP. The BJP is trying to weave a coalition of Hindus and Christians, especially Nayars and Christians, which had been implemented successfully by the Congress for several decades in the area. Now, the BJP candidate is Anil Antony, who is the son of former Kerala Chief Minister and topmost leader of the Congress, A.K. Antony. So what about the strength of different political parties in Pathanamthitta? Who are the influencer groups in this constituency? What about the demography of the constituency? Let us take a hard look into it. This is Hari Kumar with Insights. Now, the UDF candidate or the Congress candidate this time also is Mr. Anto Antony. He had won from the constituency 3 times in the past. So now he is contesting for the 4th time. The left candidate is former Kerala Finance Minister Dr. T.M. Thomas Issac. And as I said, the BJP candidate is Anil Antony. Mr. Anto Antony, who is the sitting MP, has got a very good hold over the constituency and he has got a good network. But of course, he is facing certain anti-incumbency problems also. The left candidate, Dr. Thomas Issac, now he is being shadowed by ED at present because of his role in taking loans or masala bonds from London Stock Exchange and various alleged discrepancies regarding it. There are allegations that masala bonds had caused loss to state exchequer, and there are many other allegations related to it. Of course, the Enforcement Directorate is inquiring into it, and let's see what is going to happen in that issue. But Dr. Thomas Issac is not particularly very influential in this district. There are certain problems in CPM also. For example, former MLA from Rani Assembly constituency, which falls in this Lok Sabha constituency, Mr. Raju Abraham, had been one of the aspirants of this seat in the past, and he has been denied the seat. So perhaps that could reflect in certain areas like Rani. Now, during the election campaign meeting of Dr. Thomas Issac, there was some altercation between top CPM leaders, and though the party state leadership intervened to solve it, that testifies the fact that all is not well with the CPM in the Pathanamthitta Lok Sabha constituency. Now, the churches are the most influential groups in this constituency. Now, we need to, if we just consider the 3 candidates, it could be at the first sight it could be felt that Mr. Anil Antony, who is a novice, may not be a match to veteran politicians like Anto Antony or Dr. Thomas Issac. However, we need to remember that the as an invisible man, the presence of Mr. A.K. Antony will also be felt in the constituency. He may not be coming to the constituency either to campaign for his son or to oppose him, but even his absence will be very evocative, and even that will send signals. Now we need to remember that Congress leaders in Kerala are so influential that they, with with a wink and a nod, they could convey many things to the electorate, or they could even influence voters. If the wife of A.K. Antony, and who is the mother of Anil K. Antony, visits certain areas, even that could influence the polls in many ways. So what I mean is that we cannot take Anil K. Antony lightly. Recently, when Madhubhumi Daily, which is a leading daily in Malayalam, conducted a pre-poll survey, the result was that 33% votes were polled in favor of Anto Antony, and Anil K. Antony and Dr. Thomas Isaac were tied for the second position, with both getting 31% votes. That surprised many people, because many were unable to believe that Mr. Anil K. Antony could score that much votes. But one should not surprise, considering the fact that he has got many invisible help. He is likely to get so many help from many corners, which perhaps no other BJP candidate in Kerala, including Suresh Gopi in Thrissur or Rajiv Chandrasekhar in Thiruvananthapuram, will be able to get. So that way, Anil K. Antony's case will be very peculiar. Now, let us take the look at the strength of political parties here. Now, Pathanamthitta and Kottayam districts have been traditionally strongholds of Congress in the past. During the days of liberation struggle or Vimojana Samaram, that was during the first communist government in Kerala, this was a place where anti-communist movements were very strong. That continued up to 70s or 80s, that is right from 1950s to 1980s. This has been a stronghold of the Congress. But from 90s onwards, the changes that happened in national politics and the rise of BJP had their impact in the local politics in Sabarimala also. So the fallouts or reverberations of that changes, disruption in national politics, were felt in the constituency. And that helped the left to gain a foothold. And they incited the fears of minorities here, Christians here. And many Christians voted for the left. So there is no wonder that during the last assembly elections, that is 2021 assembly polls, all the 7 assembly constituencies which constitute the Pathanamthitta Lok Sabha constituency were won by the Left Democratic Front. But that doesn't mean the left is firmly entrenched. It was because the left has been able to exploit the certain fears or win the support of Christians to a certain extent and retain their traditional base of backward class caste Hindu communities also. But this is changing slowly. For example, in Pathanamthitta, after the Sabarimala agitations, there is a type of Hindu unity is also building up. So that is also another development. Now let's look into the demography of the Lok Sabha seat. Here, Christians constitute more than 25% of the total voters. The second biggest community is Nayar community with more than 23% votes. Idavas come third with 23%. And another important aspect is that scheduled castes constitute around 15.5% of the total voters here. This is the largest number or Pathanamthitta has the largest number of SC voters in any Lok Sabha seat in Kerala. So that 15% is there. Now this is the demography. Now because of the forming Hindu unity here, now Idavas and Nayars vote together, and now The BJP is trying to stitch a combination including Hindus and Christians, which sounds formidable at least on paper. So if that happens, he could win. But that has not happened till now. We need to wait and see whether it can happen or not. Now this is one important aspect. Now the major influencer groups here in the constituency include various boat clubs. Like there is a major event in the constituency which is called the Aranmula boat race. So this boat race are in this boat race, boats from different areas in the Pathanamthitta Lok Sabha constituency contest, and these groups are very influential because each boat is a pride for a local group. So all these local groupings, they have got certain significance. Now another important group here is there are many conventions, religious conventions in this constituency. One is Maraman Convention, which is held by Christians. The second is there are many Hindu conventions also, like Cherugolpuzha Convention. There is Rani Convention. So there are committees, permanent committees, which organize all these conventions. They also wield good influence in their areas. So by influencing these committees, one could gain their support in elections also. All these matters, if you look into Christians, though Christians constitute 25% of the total voter base, they are divided into different churches here. Perhaps the largest number of such groups anywhere in Kerala is in Pathanamthitta. You have the Orthodox Church may have the biggest base here, followed by other groups like Catholic Church also has, then Marthoma Church has. Now there are many splinter groups of Pentecostal mission. There is a small group of Christians confined to Rani Assembly constituency who are called Kanaya Christians, and many numerous groups are there. So it means that the guy who can influence these groups, it's not strictly politics in like certain other parts of the state. The guys who can influence these groups, they are going to get benefit in the polls. NSS of course is there as a strong group. So here it is not just the apparent political organization. The invisible influences, as I said, perhaps a wink and nod from Mr. Anto Antony could work in favor of his son also. We need to take into account that the daughter of Ummanchandi, the other day she said that she's not going to Pathanamthitta to campaign against Anil Antony or campaign for the Congress candidate, because she said this guy has been by my friend right from my childhood days. So such influences and oblique trends will be there. So one needs to wait for some more time to predict who is going to win from the constituency. But anyway, it is really a three-cornered contest, and it won't be easy for Anto Antony, though for the time being it seems that he has an edge. The second place is of course shared by Dr. Thomas Issac and Anil Antony. That's for now. Meet you with another constituency next time. Till then, goodbye.